You probably hear words like uh, reputation and trust getting thrown around all the time in business, like they're just, completely interchangeable. But they absolutely aren't.
Right, yeah, they are totally different beasts.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into an interview from the Scale of Stories series, featuring a business builder named Daisy. And our mission is really just decoding trust, which is arguably the most valuable currency in business today.
Yeah, and it's something people still get so incredibly wrong.
Oh, all the time. Okay, let's unpack this because there is a really great analogy here. Think of reputation as a brand's curated dating profile. It's, the best lighting, the witty bio, the narrative that's easily shaped by some good PR.
Yeah, I mean, you can totally buy a reputation.
Right. But trust is the actual relationship. It's the earned belief that a brand will actually deliver on what that shiny profile promised.
Which means they have to prove it.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating here is that trust isn't just some abstract, warm and fuzzy feeling. It is mathematically measurable in the market.
You can put a real number on it.
Exactly. You track it by watching how you, the actual customer, behave. I mean, it boils down to repeat purchases, retention, and really the absolute gold standard referrals.
Because when a customer recommends a business to a friend or a colleague, they're staking their own social capital on that.
Right. They are risking their own reputation for you. So to get a customer to take that risk, a brand has to engineer a foundation that makes people feel safe.
So how do you practically engineer that behavior? The source material outlines 4 unshakable pillars for this. We've got consistency, transparency, delivery, and values alignment.
But the thing is, anyone can write a corporate mission statement claiming they're transparent, right?
Yeah, it's just words on a page. The mechanism that actually triggers trust seems to require real vulnerability.
That is the core psychological trigger right there. Take Daisy's approach to radical transparency in her own businesses. She didn't just post some generic honesty pledge.
She actually shared her raw revenue numbers, didn't she?
Yes, raw numbers and actual painful business struggles with her customers. And that level of exposure signals to a buyer that there is absolutely no hidden agenda.
You're shifting the entire dynamic from just a transactional buyer-seller thing to an actual partnership.
Which totally explains the incredible ROI on this strategy. By treating customers like insiders, you invite them into the process. And the data from her businesses reflects that shift perfectly.
Oh, wow. What were her numbers like?
Well, her repeat purchase rate hit 60%. Keep in mind the industry average is just 20%.
Wait, really? It tripled?
Tripled. And furthermore, 40% of all her new business came strictly from those referrals we mentioned earlier.
That is wild. I want to push back on this utopian vision a bit, though. Here's where it gets really interesting. What happens when a brand inevitably messes up?
Because nobody's perfect, obviously.
Exactly. No company can maintain flawless delivery forever. When a brand messes up, especially when they've built this high-trust, vulnerable pedestal, doesn't the fall hurt worse?
It does if they revert to standard corporate defense mechanisms. I mean, inconsistency will kill trust instantly if a brand tries to spin it.
Right, the classic non-apology apology.
Exactly. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, a failure is actually an opportunity. Hiding issues makes it worse, but over-communicating delays and fixing mistakes publicly actually repairs and builds more trust.
Because it proves the transparency wasn't just a marketing gimmick. You're showing them the ugly truth when it's hardest to do.
Precisely. You prove you value the relationship over your own ego, but beware, because buyers won't tolerate incompetence indefinitely. The data shows you generally get exactly 3 strikes before that trust is gone permanently.
So what does this all mean for your bottom line? Building this kind of capital clearly isn't a quick growth hack.
No, not at all. It's a 12 to 18-month long-term play. You can't just buy it, but it ultimately saves money on the back end through much lower customer churn.
And the absolute fastest way to build it initially? Over-deliver on your promises.
Undeniably. You give a customer more utility, more service, or more honesty than they anticipated, and they reward you with loyalty.
Right. It's the difference between doing the bare minimum and proving you're invested.
Yeah.
Like spotting a supply chain flaw and proactively crediting an account before the customer even notices their shipment is delayed.
Yeah, that proactive effort is incredibly powerful, but it leaves us with a rather difficult question to ponder at the end of the day.
Oh, what's that?
Well, if over-delivering is the fastest way to build trust, does that extra effort eventually just become the customer's new baseline expectation? Like, does a business accidentally force itself into an exhausting cycle of constantly having to outdo itself just to maintain the trust it already spent months building?